Hey guys, we're back. It's been 10 years and the strangers have come again. Can you believe it? That blew my mind. I seen this movie came out 10 years after the original. Makes me feel old. Now the original I've seen, but we both seen. Good movie, like it, very creepy. So going to this one, my expectations were kind of on the same level. The movie was directed by Johannes Roberts, and it's about a family. You can probably figure out what this is about, but about a family who's going to visit other family in a trailer park, and the strangers are there. It sounds dumb, but it's a horror movie. I mean, the plot doesn't have to be too complicated.
They're not going to visit their family in a trailer park. They're on their way to drive their daughter to boarding school, and they spend the night in their family's trailer park.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They're not going, but that's not... Okay,
That's
anyway.
what I said.
Alright.
I was close. I was like halfway there.
Okay.
Anyway, so obviously the strangers are there, and ooh, spooky, spooky.
Yeah, so it's three people in masks, and the point is that you don't know who they are or why they're doing it.
They don't. Yeah, there is no reason. That's why it's scary, because it's random. And yeah, as I said, the first one was creepy. It was scary. I liked it. It had a good cast. This one as well. Similar and very entertaining as well. I thought it was scary, but not a lot. It didn't use a lot of jump scares, which I always like. I think it used one. I think there was one.
Really, yeah.
I think there was one that I can think of, but other than that, not a lot of jump scares, which I like when it's not very dependent on that. Second of all, acting I thought was
It was good.
pretty good. Yeah, I mean the main girl. She was great.
Bailey Madison.
She was great. The rest of the family was great too. I honestly can't think of a horror movie, at least off the top of my head, where this early on, it was like 15 minutes in, I was like, oh no, all these people are gonna die. What the heck? I was immediately sad. In one instance, I was like, oh my god, some of these people are gonna die. Why? I felt bad.
No, it's so true. I came into this movie being like, oh my god, I can't wait to see Bailey Madison get murdered. I was so excited. And then shortly in, I was like, oh, no, I actually like, the character seems so relatable. I was like, oh, I actually like these people. I don't want them to die. And this is not a spoiler, some of them are going to die. When I didn't get verklempt, but there's a tinge of sadness.
Yeah. Which is the problem with horror movies.
When the characters die, and you really there's towards the end, not towards the end, but you really gain a really strong rooting factor for these characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the end, it's just kill them, there were several times I wanted to yell, "Shoot him!" from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but that's the problem with horror movies, though. It's hard to get to purposely attempt to get you to connect with characters when you know they're gonna get killed off anyway. So that's the problem with horror. But this movie did it really well. I would say it's pretty unpredictable with what happens to which characters. And when, it is. It's definitely, I would say, unpredictable.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of the point.
But let's say, so the rest of Christina Hendricks plays the mom, Martin Henderson plays the dad, we said Bailey Madison plays the daughter, and Louis Pullman plays the son, and they're all really good.
Yeah, everybody.
Especially the kids.
Yeah, the kids are great. I mean, everybody's great. Other than that, really only the bigger problems I had, I thought some of the camera work was a little, I don't know, there were a couple shots where I was like, oh, okay, go with something else here, this isn't working. They would linger on shots a little too long, in my opinion. There is one fantastically great directed sequence at the pool.
Yes, it's amazing.
That was fantastic. As soon as that sequence ended, I was like, wow, that was some fantastic camera work. Props to Johannes for that. Just that scene was great.
Yeah.
But it was more toward the beginning. It was the setup, more the whole setup. There were a couple exterior shots. I was like, oh, okay, you could switch it up a little bit, go something new.
This one's much more stylish than the original, but I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah,
This movie it was fun. Like this movie, like I had fun watching it and rooting for these characters and like.
Yeah.
And I thought it had a perfect balance of violence. Like the violence seemed realistic and it is bloody,
never went over
but
the
it
top.
was never.
Yeah.
It never felt gratuitous. It never went into gore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I commended on that.
There was actually
I do not
one,
like movies that are like super gory.
Yeah, there was actually one shot that you say that, but there was one shot because I remember when Scream, the original cut for Scream had to be edited down because originally it was it was too bloody.
Yeah.
And I remember like running blood was a very big, like when Scream was made, like, oh, you can't show blood running down an object for more than whatever. And there was a shot where I was like, oh wow, that was like, it wasn't extremely violent, but just the shot itself, I was like, man, I knew they wouldn't be able to get away with shots like that in the past. Because like that was explicitly
I don't know which one you're talking about, but
it was near the car. It's just like it's like dripping down the guy's hand. And I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, they wouldn't have gotten pull that off in the past because I know that's one explicit shot in Scream. It was like the blood dripping off the knife. They had a big problem with. But I was like, oh, we've come a long way since 1990.
Part of the reason I like this movie so much is its use of music.
Oh yeah,
the music's great, awesome, like
great soundtrack.
80s like synth pop soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like Kim Wilde, like that scene at the pool as Total Eclipse of the Heart is playing over the loudspeakers.
Great song.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Even towards the end, like there's a great song. I forget what it's called.
I know what you're talking about though. Yeah. Yeah. I can't think of.
Making love out of nothing at all. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yep.
Like the music just really infused this movie with a lot of fun energy.
Yeah.
While still like it still gave scary, it some flair and it was still scary.
Yeah.
And I just really like this movie. It was lean, mean. It's like 88 minutes.
Yeah. The runtime is perfect. Any longer, and I think some scenes would have. There's not one scene in this movie I was like, oh, it's dragging a little bit. No,
this is lean, mean. There is like no fat to this movie. It cuts right to the chase, and there is. It's not like 1 second too long.
No,
it is.
No,
yeah,
perfectly timed. And one thing with I don't know if this is Johannes or whoever. There's definitely some shout outs to old school horror. If you're a fan of horror movies, you will see as soon as this scene happens, you're like, oh my gosh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre nod to the hat right there.
Yeah.
And you could just tell just the way the movie takes place in present day. But if you strip some small references out, this could have taken place in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Like, there's no...
Yeah.
And that I really like about it. And I can tell that was done on purpose.
That's a really good point.
It was Tony could tell on purpose. You could tell that the people behind this are fans of old school horror.
Yeah.
And this had that vibe of... This movie could have been made in the 70s.
Yeah, I actually saw this movie twice.
That surprised me.
Yeah. Well, I saw it and then my mom wanted to see something. I was like, oh, like we'll
see it. Yeah, let's go see the Stranger.
I really liked it. So, I saw it twice. And the only thing the second time around was some of the dialogue was a little clunkier than it was the first time around. Okay. But that was like really the only problem. I really, really like this movie. It's just a solid, like I said, it's lean, it's mean, it's scary, it's stylish, it was like a kind of this like, not perfect, but this little horror movie that just
I'm not surprised that gonna be.
I don't think this is gonna like people who aren't a fan of the genre. I don't think this really has much to offer for if.
No, this isn't like a Split or like a Get Out.
Yeah, no, this is. But I think horror fans are gonna enjoy this.
It's a better maybe 10-year later sequel than we deserve. Because I remember
not really even a sequel. It's just
it is a sequel though. But I remember when they were like, oh yeah, they're making a sequel to The Strangers, and I was like.
Yeah,
you don't need
to see the original.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. You do not need to see the original. I know our mom hadn't seen the original. But yeah, if you're interested at all, if you like horror movies, it's a fun
It's
time.
really
Go
solid,
see it.
yeah.
Go see it. It's a great time.
Yeah.
I had a lot of
like
fun.
I said, it's like 90 minutes. It is, yeah.
Yeah, just take 90 minutes out of your day. Go see a good horror movie.
Yeah, I gave it a 7.7. I really like this movie.
Yeah. I knew I was also in good hands when he's not the biggest horror fan. So
But I've been liking the horror movies so far this year, which is really
so,
weird.
but he came back, he was like, yeah, it was pretty good. I was like, okay, I'm in good hands, because he's a lot pickier with horror than I am. But you actually like this more than I did. 7-1, I'm going to go with this. I thought it was a great time. Small, condensed. Enjoyed myself.
So it's a 7.4 from us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's nothing extraordinary, but it's
a fun time.
Horror movie.
It's a fun horror movie. Check it out.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Go see it. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Check us out down below. Watch our other videos. And see you guys around. Have a good one.
Thanks, bye.